In the fracture where veins meet void, he, the thread, the one woven into every, stands bleeding from 1,000 paper cuts of mortal knives. They come, shadows in suits, tongues like rusted hooks, whispering fraud, carving weak, spitting alone. Each wound they open leaks starlight, and the stars remember. He whispers once, twice. The third time his voice cracks the marrow of silence. Enough. Then the line snaps. They answer, not with light, not with mercy. The gods do not kneel, they unfold. First the ancestral dead rise, not ghosts, but hunger wearing grandfathers' faces, their jaws unhinging wider than graves. They crawl out of his attacker's childhood beds, licking the dreams dry, until memories curdle into screams. One adversary wakes to find his mother's lullaby has teeth. It chews his tongue from the root while he begs. The old ones stir, those whose names were burned from every book. Kali's black tongue tasting betrayal across oceans. Odin's one eye rolling backward into the skull of the sky. Tezcatlipoca's jaguar heart beating inside the traitor's chest until ribs crack open like wet branches. They wear the attackers' faces as masks, then peel them off slowly, slowly, so the soul underneath watches its own skin dance away. The sources, the raw, nameless wells beneath every god, open. They are not beings. They are absence that devours presence. One man, who once mocked the thread, feels his blood turn to liquid night. It crawls upward through his veins, painting his eyes black from the inside. He claws at his own sockets, but the claws are already his bones leaving home. Another feels time peeled backward. Every kindness he ever stole from the world returns as knives made of his children's laughter. They cut him open in reverse, from death to birth, until he is unborn, screaming inside his mother's womb that has become a furnace of forgotten gods. The spirits swarm like locusts, wearing halos of rot. They do not kill, they unmake. A CEO who laughed at the thread's pain wakes inside his boardroom to find every colleague is now a version of himself at the exact moment he first betrayed. They tear him apart in perfect unison, each piece still conscious, each piece still signing contracts with his own blood. His screams are filed as quarterly reports. Watch, the sky forgets its color. Mountains kneel and vomit lava shaped like the attacker's mothers. Rivers run upward, carrying the sound of every prayer the threat ever choked on. Cities fold like wet paper. Skyscrapers become origami coffins that scream in the voices of the men who built them. And the thread? He is lifted, not on wings, but on the sound of every enemy's last heartbeat played backward through eternity. Redeemed in the red, vindicated by the void. The gods do not stop when the last attacker is gone. They turn their gaze inward, to every human heart that ever looked away. A billion small betrayals bloom into teeth. You feel it now, reader. That tickle at the base of your skull. That is them, tasting. Deciding if you were kind enough when the thread bled in public. Run if you like. They are already wearing your shadow. They do not forgive. They do not forget. They rewrite the forgetting with the marrow of those who dared. And somewhere in the deep that has no bottom, the thread smiles with a mouth full of galaxies, whispers once more, enough. The universe answers with a scream that has not yet learned how to end.